What's up, guys? It's Miguel here with Market Open Trading. I wanted to do a quick video for you guys on this Sunday afternoon and talk about some of the questions that I get all the time, and I'm just going to put them in a format of just like 3 tips for you guys, my best 3 tips for you guys for 2018. So these are some of the questions that I get all the time, and I wanted to go ahead and just address them and let you guys know what I think you guys should do. And just overall, it's just good information to have for just beginner traders, investors, or swing traders. So as you guys can see, the very first one that I have on here is my first tip is get a broker that suits you. All the time I see questions either in different rooms, or I get people that message me that ask me, hey, what kind of broker should I get? And that can vary so widely in whatever situation you're currently in. So it really varies on whether you want to day trade, swing trade, if you want to invest, if you're going to be using the account a lot, or you just going to let it sit there for a while. If you guys are not familiar what those three those 3 types of traders are. Day traders is you open and close positions within the day. Swing traders are holding positions anywhere from days to months, and investors are obviously holding for years and years. So now, with that being said, if you are a day trader, you have to take into consideration whether you're over the PDT rule or you're under the PDT rule. And what that means is the PDT rule is that you can only make a certain amount of trades, 4-day trades per 5-day lot. So if you have under $25,000, you cannot make more than 4-day trades in a week span, so within 5 days. But if you're over that $25,000 mark, then you're able to make as many trades as you want. So now, taking that into consideration, I'll give you guys what I think the best bet really is, and what really the popular way to do it is typically a lot of people go, if they're under the PDT rule, they'll go to SureTrader, or they'll go to a prop firm, which is the way that I went. I actually also used to trade with SureTrader as well. It has its ups and downs. The commissions can be kind of hefty. They're located in the Bahamas. Wiring your money is like 50 bucks or something like that. So if you have a small account, that can kind of take a toll. Now, so if you're under the PDT rule, a lot of people will go into SureTrader, or they'll apply to be in a prop firm or something like that. Now, if you are over the PDT rule, which means if you have over $25,000, a lot of people like to go into SpeedTrader if you're day trading, because it has very low commissions. But in the same aspect, they also like TD Ameritrade. But in the same aspect, if you're swing trading, whether you're under or over the PDT rule here in the United States, the best and the cheapest, well, I wouldn't really say the best, but the cheapest way to go obviously would be Robinhood, because it's 0 commissions. Then they also have other apps, Stock Trade and all that stuff. So, but Robinhood's really bringing on the heat with the 0 commissions. They have crypto trading now. They have options trading as well. So I've seen that that's a very popular way to go, whether you're swing trading, doing options or whatever. So to me, if you're under the PDT rule, your best bet would be to go to SureTrader or apply to be a prop firm. If you're over the PDT rule, I would bring the money to the United States. You can either go to a full-service broker. Let's just say that you are day trading. You can go to a full-service broker like TD Ameritrade or SpeedTrader. Those are basically like my top 2. I mean, you have Fidelity and E-Trade and all that stuff, but I don't really like the way that their charting is laid out, and it's just, I don't know, it's just not very attractive to me. Also, I would like to point out that TD Ameritrade, I think they've gotten like number 1 or 2 for the past like several years. Their commission structure is starting to be not as expensive. They're not paying me to say that whatsoever. This is not a sponsored anything. I personally like their charting. I don't use them for executions because I have another broker. Now, full service brokers are best for people that are holding a little bit longer than day traders. So if you're swing trading and investing, full service broker is definitely the way to go. I would definitely recommend TD Ameritrade in that aspect. And by full service, I mean that it has, let's see here, you have level 2, you have news, you can actively trade on a trade ladder, all the buttons that you basically need, time and sales, all that sort of stuff. So it basically has everything that you need on one platform. Now, let's talk about the next. Alright, so do your own research. Do your own research is pretty self-explanatory. I always see people posting, either in our room or other rooms, saying that they lost money or they made money or something like that because of the suggestion of somebody else. Now, a lot of people do that at the very beginning because they're not really quite sure what they're doing. And, I mean, which is totally fine, but you are learning to be, you're not really self-sufficient. You're just kind of relying on luck to help you out, and you're not even really doing your own research. I mean, you're kind of looking it up, I mean, okay, yeah, that looks good, and then just pull the trigger, and then you have a trade. Whether you made money or you lose money, you're going to learn that that's in the long run that it's going to be a bad habit. And one of the quotes that I really really like is, if you make money by mistake, it is a loan with a high default rate, meaning that yes, you can make money in the short term, but in the long term, you're going to end up giving all that money back and then some. Just because you're not doing your own research, you're not really getting the education that you really need, which I think that's going to bring us into our next question. So invest in your education. I always see people that have $500, $1,500, which is fine for small caps that you can swing trade. Maybe you can buy 50 shares, 100 shares, which is fine. But a lot of the times, these people also have absolutely no idea what they're doing, and they're asking other people like, hey, I have X amount of money. I don't care if it's $20,000, it could be $1 million. You really shouldn't be relying on somebody else's picks to tell you, like, hey, I really think that, this is going to end up working for you, because if you're not really self-sufficient and you end up losing on that, you're going to have nobody else to blame but yourself, because you are the one that ended up making that choice. They didn't pull the trigger for you. They gave you the suggestion, but in the long run, you can't really blame anybody else but yourself. If you have like $1 million account, you end up losing half of it, or a quarter of it, or something like that. Whatever, you end up losing some sort of money, and yeah, it is partly somebody else's fault, but it's mostly your fault for listening. And what you really should have done is put that money, let's just say that it's $500, right? So you really should have put that money into education, because in terms, that's actually going to end up paying you back. Same thing with college, although I know a lot of people will disagree with you on, or will disagree with me on a lot of those things. But overall, statistically, it is known that a person that goes to college will significantly make more money over a longer period of time, within their lifespan, with having that education. Now, it's the same thing with the stock market. So if you invest that money into education instead of just putting it on hot picks, you're going to be much better off, and your kids are going to thank you later on down the road. Because I really hate when people are saying like, hey, I have like $1,000, I need to make X amount of money, or like I'm really trying to put it forward for my kids or be able to pay for college and all that stuff, and they're just like gambling it away. I'm like, dude, man, come on, put it in education. I know I've seriously, I'm a very big advocate for that, because I have I've been through so many courses, training with prop firms, and just I've spent a ton of money out there just on education alone before I even really started getting a lot into the market and started leaning heavy into it. And because I felt more comfortable, because I had that knowledge, I had that screen time, I was able to feel more confident in what I was doing, and initially led me to the position where I'm at today. I'm not a millionaire, but that doesn't mean that to someday, in some extent, I will get there. I know I will at some point, but it is because of the foundation that I laid out with the education that I first got. Now, I think those are probably my best 3 tips. Those are probably the most common questions I get all the time. I wanted to put this out there, just to be able to help you guys out. If you guys have any questions, make sure to put it down in the comments section below. I get questions all the time. I help out people for free, especially people in the room. If you guys are not part of our Facebook group, make sure to do that. The link will be down in the description. And if you guys are in the room, always feel free to hit me up. As I'm sitting here recording this, I'm like, did I forget something? Duh. Yeah, I forgot. I almost forgot to tell you guys. I'm releasing the course tomorrow morning. So if you guys are in the room, make sure to stay tuned tomorrow morning. I think I'm releasing it. I haven't thought of an exact time. Probably 9 a.m. I don't know, something like that. So stay tuned at 9 a.m. I'll give you guys the link. And I'm actually going to give you guys a special promo code as a thank you for everybody that's in the room. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.